India's future is literally being paved with new highways, but all this growth is coming at a truly staggering cost. So today, we're going to talk about a technology that could be the nation's digital seatbelt, one that's designed to prevent accidents before they can even happen.
Let's just start with the number that really matters most. Last year, the official count of deaths on India's roads was 172,000. Think about that. That's a life vanishing every 3 minutes. And here's the really sobering part. Independent estimates suggest that number could be underreported by as much as 50%. This isn't just a statistic, you guys. It's a full-blown national crisis.
So, what's really going on here? With all this money being poured into new roads, why are they getting more dangerous, not less? Well, the answer really boils down to a fundamental imbalance between the roads we're building and the sheer overwhelming volume of traffic they're being forced to carry. And that really brings us to the core of the issue. India's roads are, quite simply, at a breaking point. The demand on the whole transportation network is just so far ahead of the supply, and you can see the cracks starting to show in the most devastating ways.
Okay, so what's so fascinating about this is that on the surface, it looks like an incredible story of progress, right? The government is spending over $133 billion on infrastructure. India's highway network has shot up by a massive 60% in just the last 10 years. The intention, the investment, it's all there.
But this is where the problem really comes into focus. While the roads have grown, they just can't keep up with the absolute explosion in the number of vehicles. Car density is on a path to skyrocket, and India already has the second highest density of two-wheelers in the entire world. It's the classic case of demand just completely overwhelming supply.
And here is the real human cost of that imbalance. Look at this. An average ambulance takes 33 minutes to respond. Compare that to just 8 minutes in Japan. That delay is literally a matter of life and death. Meanwhile, public transport is struggling, losing riders and billions of dollars, which just pushes more people and more cars onto those crowded roads. So the main takeaway here is that this isn't just about traffic. It's a systemic failure with a very, very real human cost.
So if just building more roads isn't the whole answer, then what is? Well, we have to start looking beyond just asphalt and concrete. We need a smarter solution, a technology that can act as a kind of digital seatbelt for the 21st century.
That technology is called C-V2X, which stands for Cellular Vehicle to Everything. Now, to put it simply, it lets vehicles talk to each other, to traffic lights, and even to the phones in pedestrians' pockets. The magic word here is non-line of sight. A car with C-V2X can literally see another car speeding around a blind corner, giving the driver a critical warning seconds before their own eyes could ever react. It's a game changer.
And this quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the shift in mindset we need. See, a normal seatbelt is reactive. It helps you during a crash. C-V2X is proactive. It's all about giving cars and drivers the information they need to stop the crash from ever happening at all.
And listen, this isn't some far-off, futuristic dream. This technology is being rolled out right now. Let's take a quick look at how the rest of the world is jumping into the V2X fast lane, proving that this tech is absolutely ready for prime time.
I mean, you can just see the momentum building. Europe was an early mover, with Volkswagen putting V2X in cars way back in 2019. But then you have China, which is just going all in, making V2X a core part of its massive infrastructure plan and already launching these huge citywide pilots. And, maybe most importantly, safety standards like the Euro NCAP are starting to award points for V2X, which is going to push the whole industry forward.
Okay, so the world is clearly moving on this. How does India get in on the action and turn this into a reality? Well, the good news is there's a pretty clear 4-pillar plan that could get C-V2X deployed and start saving lives fast.
It really boils down to these 4 key steps. First, make the 5.9 GHz radio band free for safety messages, just like they did in Europe and China. Second, give car makers higher safety scores in the Bharat NCAP ratings if they include V2X. Third, and this is so important for India, mandate simple V2X beacons in all new two-wheelers. And fourth, start the rollout with the vehicles that matter most: ambulances, police cars, and public buses.
Now let's just double-click on that third pillar for a second, because for India, this is a massive deal. With the tragic number of deaths involving two-wheelers, this is the highest impact place you could possibly start. By requiring these cheap transmit-only beacons, every new motorcycle or scooter would constantly be broadcasting its location, making these super vulnerable riders digitally visible to every car and truck on the road.
So by getting these 4 pillars right, India has this incredible opportunity to do more than just play catch-up. It can actually leapfrog ahead
and greenlight a future with smarter, more efficient, and just fundamentally safer transportation for every single person.
And you have to understand, the benefits here go way beyond just preventing accidents. When all the vehicles and the infrastructure are talking to each other, emergency services get to the scene of a crash faster. Traffic just flows better, which cuts down on congestion. And it creates the foundation for truly smart traffic systems that can adapt to conditions in real time. It's a complete transformation of the entire system.
So we're left with this one big question. The technology is here, a clear roadmap has been drawn up, and the cost of doing nothing is measured in thousands of lives lost every single month. The question isn't, can we do this anymore? The question is, will we? Is India ready to buckle up this digital seatbelt and start communicating its way to a safer future on our roads?